I stared at my phone, thumb hovering over the send button. The DM to Luxury Lifestyle was ready to go. "Hi, I noticed you're looking for a reliable cleaning service. I'd love to help maintain your beautiful home." My heart pounded. What's the worst they could say? No? I'm Sophia, and 6 months ago I became my family's favourite cautionary tale. The college dropout, the failure, the girl who cleans houses for a living. "Sophia!" My mother's voice pierced through my bedroom door. "Lana just got accepted to her medical residency. We're having a family dinner to celebrate." Of course we were. Lana, my perfect cousin, could sneeze and my family would throw a parade. "Coming, Mom," I called back, quickly hitting send on the DM before I could chicken out. My tiny bedroom felt suffocating. The same room I'd had since high school, now doubling as my office since moving back home. The family dinner was exactly what I expected. Our cramped dining room buzzed with praise for Lana while I pushed food around my plate. "So, Sophia," Lana's sugary voice cut through the chatter. "Still cleaning houses?" "Actually, I'm building my own—" "Did you hear about the scholarship program at community college?" my sister Amara interrupted. "It might help you get back on track." I gripped my fork tighter. "I don't need—" "Speaking of track," my mother chimed in, "remember when Sophia was going to be an accountant before the incident?" The incident. That's what they called my decision to drop out when Dad refused to help with tuition anymore. Apparently getting divorced meant he was done being a parent. "I'm doing fine," I said firmly. "My business is growing." Lana snorted into her wine glass. "Business? Is that what we're calling it now? At least she's working." Matthew, Lana's fiancé, spoke up unexpectedly. "Nothing wrong with honest work." The table fell silent. I shot Matthew a grateful look, but the damage was done. "Of course there's nothing wrong with it," my mother said quickly. "We just want better for Sophia, more respectable options." I pushed my chair back. "I should go. Early start tomorrow." "Oh, right," Lana smirked. "Those toilets won't scrub themselves." I left without responding, but my hands shook as I climbed the stairs to my room. My phone buzzed, probably more family judgment, but when I checked, my heart stopped. Luxury Lifestyle had responded, "Interesting timing. Our regular service just cancelled. Can you come by tomorrow? Address attached." I googled the address and nearly dropped my phone. It was the Weaver Mansion, one of the most exclusive properties in town. Another text came through, this one from my best friend Kylie. "How bad was dinner?" "The usual," I typed back, "but I might have just landed a huge client. Want to help?" "Girl, you know I'm in. What time?" 6 a.m, bringing coffee and supplies. They have no idea what's coming, do they? I smiled, thinking of Lana's smug face. No, they really don't. The next morning, Kylie and I pulled up to the Weaver Mansion in my beat-up Honda, armed with professional-grade supplies I'd been slowly collecting. The sun wasn't even up yet. "Holy," Kylie whispered as we approached the door. "This place is massive." A distinguished older man opened the door. "Sophia." "Yes, sir. Mr. Weaver?" He nodded, studying us carefully. "You're early." "Always am, sir. This is my assistant, Kylie." He led us through the house, pointing out specific concerns. I took detailed notes while Kylie documented everything with photos, a system we'd developed over the past few months. "Previous service missed a lot of details," he commented, running a finger along a baseboard. "Details are my specialty, Mr. Weaver. May I?" I pulled out a microfiber cloth and demonstrated my technique on a nearby mirror. The glass came alive, sparkling in the morning light. He raised an eyebrow. "Impressive, you have references." I handed him my phone, showing carefully curated before and after photos from previous jobs. Small ones, but quality work. "When can you start?" "We're ready now, sir." He smiled for the first time. "Then get to work." 12 hours later, Kylie and I collapsed in my car, exhausted but triumphant. The house gleamed. Mr. Weaver had already booked us for regular service and requested our card for his friends. My phone buzzed with a text from Lana. Mom says you missed family game night. Too busy with your little cleaning job? I looked at the stack of hundreds Mr. Weaver had handed me, then at Kylie. Want to go get some dinner? My treat. You know it, boss lady. I smiled, typing back to Lana. Sorry, too busy building my empire. She sent back a laughing emoji, but soon enough she wouldn't be laughing anymore. 1 year can change everything. I stood in my office, a real one this time, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking downtown, reviewing applications for new staff members. Sophia! Kylie burst in, waving her tablet. The Ashworth account just signed. That's our 5th mansion this month. I grinned, remembering how it all started with Mr. Weaver. After that first day, he'd become more than a client. He'd become our champion. Have you seen this? Kylie turned her tablet toward me, showing an Instagram post. Lana, posing in front of some luxury store, captioned, Said yes to the dress. Jai bridal shower, Jan Char blessed life. Ignore it, I said, turning back to the applications. No, look at the comments. Your mum's organising the shower at some fancy mansion. Guess whose house they're using? I looked closer and nearly choked. The address listed was mine, the sprawling estate I'd purchased 3 months ago through a holding company. Only Mr. Weaver knew I owned it. Everyone else thought I was just the property manager. My phone rang. Speaking of the devil, hello, Mother. Sophia, darling, are you still managing that beautiful house on Highland Drive? I smiled into the phone. Yes, why? Well, we're planning Lana's bridal shower there next month. The owner approved it, but we need someone to ensure everything's perfect. Since you're familiar with the property, you want me to clean it? Don't be difficult, dear. We need someone who knows the house. I'll pay your usual rate. I caught Kylie's eye. She was barely containing her laughter. Of course, Mother. Anything for family. After hanging up, Kylie lost it. They have no idea they're asking the owner to clean her own mansion. And they won't know until I'm ready, I said, but my smile faded. Remember last Christmas? Kylie's face darkened. We both remembered the family dinner where Lana had announced her engagement, followed by 20 minutes of not-so-subtle digs about my servant's work. They'll find out eventually, Kylie said softly. Yes, but on my terms. The next few weeks flew by. Our business, Pristine Elite Services, expanded to 30 employees. Mr. Weaver introduced me to his investment banker, who helped me structure my growing empire. One evening, as I reviewed security footage of my property, a familiar figure caught my eye. Lana, sneaking around the grounds, taking selfies by the fountain. My phone buzzed with a text from Cruz, my boyfriend. Still coming over tonight? Rain check. Emergency at the mansion. Your family again? Always. I'll make it up to you. I drove to the estate, finding Lana still there, now trying to peek through windows. Can I help you? I called out, making her jump. Sophia, I was just trespassing. She straightened her designer jacket. Please, I'm having my bridal shower here. I'm allowed to look around. After hours, without permission? Don't act all high and mighty. You're just the help. I bit back my response, remembering Mr. Weaver's advice. Patience is sweeter than revenge. The shower's in 2 weeks, I said instead. Try not to break anything until then. She rolled her eyes and clicked away in her expensive heels, the same ones I'd seen her trying to resell online last week. Interesting. Back home I found Cruz waiting on my doorstep. Thought you might need this, he said, holding up a bottle of wine. Inside, I told him about Lana's trespassing. When are you going to tell them? He asked, pouring 2 glasses. At the shower. I want them all there. Is it worth it? I showed him my phone, a notification from our hiring portal. An application had just come in under a fake name, but the email address was unmistakably Lana's. She's applying for a housekeeping position? Cruz whistled. Little Miss Perfect must be desperate. Medical school debt, I explained. Plus that lifestyle she can't actually afford. I had our accountant check. So, what's your plan? I sipped my wine. First, we host the perfect shower. Let them marvel at the mansion, make their little jokes about me cleaning it. Then I show them who really owns it, and maybe if Lana's really desperate for work, I'll have an opening." Cruz shook his head. "You're terrifying sometimes, you know that?" "I learned from the best. My own family." My phone buzzed again. A text from my mother. "Don't forget to polish the marble floors extra well for the shower. We want everything perfect for Lana's special day." I showed Cruz the message. "Don't worry, Mother. Everything will be absolutely perfect." And it would be, just not in the way they expected. The morning of the bridal shower, I was up before dawn, directing my staff with military precision. Every surface gleamed, every flower arrangement was perfect, and every detail was exactly as I'd specified. "The ice sculptures are here," Kylie called from the foyer. "Where do you want them?" "Dining room and garden terrace," I replied, adjusting a crystal vase. "And Kylie, make sure everyone's gone before the guests arrive. Today I'm just the help." She squeezed my shoulder. "You're never just anything." At exactly noon, my mother arrived with her planning committee. I watched from the security room as they gawked at the mansion. "Sophia!" My mother's voice echoed through the halls. "Where are you hiding?" I emerged in my work clothes, designer black pants and a crisp white shirt. Professional, but not too professional. "Everything's ready," I said, "just as requested." My sister Amara swept in, carrying gift bags. "Oh my God, this place is incredible. How does someone afford this?" "Hard work," I muttered. "What was that?" "Nothing. Where do you want these set up?" The guests started arriving at 2. I stayed in the background, watching as Lana held court in my great room, perched on my custom Italian sofa. "The owner must be loaded," she gushed to her friends. "I heard they have houses like this all over the world." I bit back a smile. The only other property I owned was a small beach house. So far. "Sophia!" My mother's sharp voice cut through my thoughts. "The ice sculptures are dripping too fast. Can't you do something?" "Physics, Mother. I can't control melting points." "Well, at least clean up the water before someone slips. We can't have accidents at Lana's perfect day." I grabbed a towel, playing my part. As I knelt to wipe the floor, Lana's voice carried across the room. "It must be so weird for Sophia cleaning a house like this, knowing she'll never have anything close to it." My phone buzzed in my pocket. Another notification from the hiring portal. Lana had updated her application, marking herself as immediately available. "Sophia," Lana called out, "be a dear and fetch more champagne." I straightened up slowly. "Of course. Anything else?" "Actually," my mother chimed in, "tell everyone about how you clean this place. It's so spotless. You must spend hours on your hands and knees." The room erupted in tittering laughter. I saw Matthew, Lana's fiancé, wince slightly. "You know what they say," I replied smoothly. "Cleanliness is next to godliness." "And some of us are closer to God than others," Lana smirked, raising her champagne glass. My phone buzzed again, this time a text from Cruz. "Remember, you're the one in control." I took a deep breath and grabbed the microphone from the gift table. "Actually, I'd love to tell everyone about this house." "Sophia," my mother warned, "now isn't the time." "No, Mother, I think it's exactly the time. You all want to know about this mansion? About who owns it?" The room fell silent. Lana's perfect smile faltered slightly. "Sophia," Amara stepped forward, "don't make a scene." "A scene?" I laughed. "I'm just giving the guests what they want, the full tour, starting with the front entrance." Before anyone could stop me, I walked toward the foyer, my heels clicking on the marble floors I'd chosen myself. The crowd, intrigued by the drama, followed. "The interesting thing about this house," I continued, approaching the massive front door, "is its history. It was bought 6 months ago by a new company, very private owner." "We know all this," Lana interrupted. "Get back to work." I pushed open the heavy door, revealing the brass plaque beside it. "Do you know the owner's name, Lana?" She squinted at the plaque, then froze. There, in elegant lettering, "Norris Estate." That's my mother stammered. That can't be. Welcome to my home, I said quietly. All of it. Every room you've been mocking me in for the past hour. Mine. The silence was deafening. Lana's champagne glass slipped from her hand, shattering on my imported tiles. Don't worry about the mess, I said, my voice steady. I know a great cleaning service. My phone buzzed one final time. Another notification from the hiring portal. Lana's application status, under review. I turned to the stunned crowd. I think the party's over. Please collect your gift bags on the way out. And Lana, I met her wide eyes. Good luck with the job hunt. I hear the cleaning industry is always hiring. The look on their faces as they filed out was worth every second of waiting. But as I stood in my empty foyer, surrounded by the evidence of my success, I wondered why victory tasted so bittersweet. The morning after the bridal shower, I sat in my office reviewing Lana's job application. Her fake name, Lauren Smith, didn't hide the desperate tone in her cover letter. You're really going to do this? Cruz asked, leaning against my desk. Look at these numbers, I said, sliding over a folder. Credit card debt, student loans, 3 months behind on her car payments. Little Miss Perfect is drowning. And you're going to be her lifeguard. More like her wake-up call. My phone lit up with texts from family members, mostly variations of "How could you?" and "We need to talk." I ignored them all. Kylie burst in, waving her tablet. You need to see this, Lana's latest Instagram post. The photo showed Lana in front of a luxury spa, caption reading, Self-care day, Sir Blessed her unbothered. But the location tag betrayed her. It was from 6 months ago. She's recycling old posts, Kylie said. Classic desperation move. My office phone rang. Mr. Weaver. Sophia, my dear. I heard about yesterday's revelation. News travels fast. Indeed. Your cousin's fiancé just called me, asking about job opportunities for her. I sat up straighter. Matthew contacted you? He's worried. Says she's been hiding bills, making excuses about missing payments. The wedding venue already cancelled for non-payment. After hanging up, I pulled up the security footage from yesterday. There, Lana slipping a silver candlestick into her purse when she thought no one was watching. She tried to steal from me, I said quietly. Cruz moved behind me, massaging my shoulders. What are you thinking? I'm thinking it's time for a meeting, I texted Lana. Coffee tomorrow, just us. We should talk. Her response came quickly. Can't. Busy with wedding plans. Really, because I have security footage we should discuss. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Finally, where and when? The next morning I waited at my favourite cafe, watching Lana's BMW pull up. The car that was apparently 3 payments behind. You look tired, I said as she sat down. Cut the act, she snapped. What do you want? I placed a folder on the table. Your job application. Very impressive, though Lauren Smith needs work on her resume formatting. Her face went pale. How did you... I own the company you applied to, just like I own that mansion you tried to steal from yesterday. I didn't... I pulled out my phone, showing her the security footage. Silver candlestick, left purse pocket. Should I continue? Lana's perfect facade cracked. What do you want from me? The truth. For once. She glanced around the cafe, then deflated. Fine. I'm broke. Medical school destroyed my credit. Matthew doesn't know how bad it is. Happy? Not yet. I opened the folder. Here's my offer. A real job. Good salary. Benefits. But with conditions. You want me to clean houses for you? I want you to learn what honest work feels like. 3 months minimum. No quitting. No shortcuts. And if I refuse, I slid over printouts of her financial records, then these might find their way to Matthew, along with the security footage. Tears welled in her eyes. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Actually, no, but someone once told me I'd never amount to anything. that cleaning houses was beneath our family. Remember that person, Lana?" She looked away. "I was wrong, okay? Is that what you want to hear?" "What I want is for you to show up Monday at 7 a.m. Kylie will train you. You'll work hard, learn humility, and maybe, just maybe, find out what it means to earn something instead of pretending to deserve it." My phone buzzed. A text from Matthew. "Thank you for giving her a chance." Lana noticed the text. "He knows. He cares about you, more than your image, your status, or your lies. Maybe think about that while you're learning to scrub toilets." She stood up, designer bag clutched tight. "You've changed, Sophia." "No, I just stopped letting people like you define my worth. See you Monday, employee." After she left, Cruz called. "How'd it go?" "She took the job." "And how do you feel?" I watched through the window as Lana sat in her car, shoulders shaking. Like I just became everything I hated about them. "No," Cruz said firmly. "You're giving her what no one gave you, a chance to learn from her mistakes. Monday's going to be interesting. Want me to bring popcorn?" Despite everything, I laughed. "Just bring gloves, size small. Something tells me Lana's never worn a pair in her life." The cafe barista brought my check, and I caught my reflection in the window. The woman staring back wasn't the same one who'd started cleaning houses a year ago. I just hoped she was someone I could still be proud of when this was all over. Monday morning arrived with a light drizzle and a text from Kylie. "Your cousin's here, looking like she stepped out of Vogue." I walked into our company's training centre to find Lana perched awkwardly on a metal folding chair, wearing designer workout clothes and full makeup. "Those clothes are inappropriate," I said, dropping a company uniform on the table. "Change. This outfit cost more than our starting salary?" "Probably. Bathrooms down the hall." When she returned in the black pants and navy polo, something had shifted. Without her armour of luxury brands, she looked younger, vulnerable. "First lesson," Kylie announced, wheeling in a cart of supplies. "Tool, recognition and safety protocols." "I know how to clean," Lana protested. "Show me how you disinfect this counter," Kylie challenged. Lana grabbed a spray bottle and paper towel, wiping haphazardly. "Wrong," Kylie said. "You just cross-contaminated 2 surfaces and wasted product. Start over." For the next hour, I watched Lana struggle with basic cleaning techniques. Her perfectly manicured nails chipped, her makeup smeared as she sweated. "Ready for your first client?" I asked. "Already?" Panic flashed across her face. "You'll shadow Maria today. Listen, learn, and don't complain." Maria, one of our best team leads, gave me a knowing look as she led Lana to the company van. My phone buzzed. My mother. Again. "Hello, Mother. This has gone too far, Sophia. Making Lana work as a maid. What will people think? They'll think she's earning an honest living, like I did. We're having a family meeting tonight. Your attendance is mandatory." I laughed. "Mandatory? I'm not 16 anymore." "No, you're acting like you're 6, playing these revenge games." "Games?" I cut her off. "Like the games you played, making me feel worthless because I chose a different path?" Silence. "I have to go, Mother. My empire needs running." Hours later, Kylie sent me a video. Lana on her knees, scrubbing a bathroom floor, tears mixing with sweat. "Should we ease up?" Kylie asked. "Is Maria being fair?" "Completely. This is standard training." "Then no, let her learn." At 5 o'clock, Lana stumbled into my office. Her polo was stained, her hair a mess. "I quit," she announced. Sit down." "I mean it. I'm done." "Sit down." She collapsed into a chair. "Rough first day?" I asked, sliding her a bottle of water. "How did you do this, day after day?" "Because I had no choice, because people like you made sure I knew I had no other options." She took a shaky breath. "I'm sorry." "For what specifically? The mockery, the judgment, the theft?" "All of it. I am awful." "Yes, you are, but you're also capable of change. If you want to." She stared at her ruined manicure. Matthew says I need this, to learn humility. Smart man. He knows everything now, the debt, the lies. He's still with me, but now you have to earn his trust back, like you have to earn this job. A knock at the door interrupted us. Cruz entered carrying takeout bags. Thought you might need dinner, he said, then noticed Lana. Should I come back? No, I said. Stay. Lana was just deciding whether to return tomorrow. Lana stood slowly, wincing. Same time? 6 a.m. Maria requested you specifically. After she left, Cruz unpacked the food. You're not going easy on her. Would you believe she actually did better than I expected? Maria says she didn't complain once. People can surprise you. My phone lit up with texts, the family group chat, exploding about my absence at the mandatory meeting. They're at my mother's house right now, I said, plotting how to save Lana from my evil clutches. Let them plot. You're giving her something more valuable than their protection. What's that? A way out, a real one. I picked at my food, remembering my own first days cleaning houses. The aching muscles, the humiliation, the determination. You know what the hardest part was? I said quietly. Not the work. It was knowing my family thought I deserved to suffer because I chose this path. Cruz took my hand. And now I know they were wrong. About everything. My phone buzzed again. A text from Lana. Thank you for today. See you tomorrow. I showed Cruz the message. Think she means it? Only one way to find out. I typed back, bring coffee, you'll need it. Maybe redemption could start with a simple cup of coffee and aching muscles. It had worked for me after all. A week into Lana's employment, I arrived at the office to find her already there, organising supplies with Maria. Your cousin's not half bad, Maria said during our morning briefing. Quick learner, shows up early, doesn't complain much anymore. Stockholm Syndrome, Kylie suggested. Maybe she's actually changing, I said, surprising myself. The relative peace lasted exactly 3 hours. Then my mother stormed into the office, Amara trailing behind her. This ends now, Mother announced, slamming her designer purse on my desk. Good morning to you too. We've been patient, Sophia. We've tolerated your little power play, but enough is enough. I leaned back in my chair. Lana's an adult making her own choices. Choices? Amara scoffed. You're blackmailing her. Actually, a voice said from the doorway, she's helping me. We all turned to see Lana standing there in her uniform, hair pulled back, not a trace of makeup on her face. Darling, Mother rushed to her. We're here to take you home. Lana stepped away. I am home, or at least at work. This isn't you, Amara insisted. No, Lana agreed. The old me was a lie. Designer clothes I couldn't afford, a lifestyle built on credit cards, a wedding venue I had to cancel because I couldn't make the payments. Mother's face went pale. Cancel the venue? Sophia's not blackmailing me. She's giving me a chance to fix my mistakes, to learn what real work feels like. By scrubbing toilets, Mother spat. By earning something honestly for the first time in my life. The silence that followed was deafening. Well, I finally said, if we're done with the intervention, some of us have work to do. This isn't over, Mother warned. It is, Lana said firmly. I'm staying. After they left, Lana slumped against the wall. That was harder than cleaning the Andersons' pool house. You didn't have to defend me. Yes, I did. Because you were right about everything, even the hard parts. My phone buzzed. Matthew requesting a meeting. Your fiancé's worried about you, I said. He's the only one who should be. We're postponing the wedding. What? Until I can afford it honestly, until I'm better. I studied her face. No manipulation, no hidden agenda, just exhaustion and something that looked like hope. Take lunch early, I said. You've earned it. Later that day, I met Matthew at a coffee shop. How is she really doing? He asked. Better than expected. Why? He pulled out his phone, showing me Lana's latest social media post. No designer clothes, no luxury backdrop. Just her in uniform, smiling with her co-workers, caption reading, Day 7, learning humility, finding strength. She's different, he said, in a good way. People can change when they have to. Thank you, he said suddenly, for giving her this chance. Even though I forced her hand? Sometimes we need a push to face our demons. My phone lit up with another angry text from Mother. Matthew noticed. They'll never understand, will they? They don't need to. This isn't about them anymore. That evening I found Lana in the supply room, meticulously restocking shelves. You missed 3 family calls today, I said. I know, I was busy working. Careful, you're starting to sound like me, she laughed. A real laugh, not her usual practiced giggle. Worse things could happen. Like what? Like spending my whole life pretending to be something I'm not. Cruz appeared in the doorway. Dinner plans? Actually, Lana said, could I treat you both? First paycheck came through. I raised an eyebrow. You sure? It's not much. It's honest money. That makes it worth more than anything in my closet. Over pizza, not the fancy artisanal kind Lana used to Instagram, but greasy, perfect corner shop slices, she told us about her plans to downsize, to sell her designer bags, to be real. Mother will never forgive me, she said. For working? Cruz asked. For admitting I'm not perfect. I thought about my own journey, about the freedom that came with letting go of their expectations. Perfect is overrated, I said. Trust me. My phone buzzed one last time, a family ultimatum demanding I release Lana from her contract. I showed it to her. Want out? She wiped pizza grease from her hands that now bore calluses like mine, and typed a response herself. I quit the family, not the job. See you at work tomorrow. Looking at her then, I realized something important. Revenge doesn't always taste like victory. Sometimes it tastes like cheap pizza and hard-won truth. 3 weeks into Lana's employment, I found her training new staff members. She stood straight-backed, confident, demonstrating proper cleaning techniques with the precision of a surgeon. Remember, she told the trainees, attention to detail isn't about perfection. It's about respect for yourself and the client. I caught Kylie's eye across the room. She mouthed, Who is this person? The front desk buzzed. Ms. Sophia, your sister Amara is here. Send her up. Amara burst into the training room, stopping short at the sight of Lana in her element. What have you done to her? Amara demanded. Lana turned calmly. I'm in the middle of training, Amara. Can this wait? Training? You're teaching people how to clean toilets. Actually, one of the trainees spoke up. She's teaching us about business operations and client relations. And proper sanitation protocols, another added. Amara's face reddened. Mother's in the hospital. The room went silent. What happened? Lana asked. Anxiety attack. She can't handle what Sophia's done to this family. I stepped forward. What I've done? Look at us. Lana's playing maid, you're running some twisted revenge scheme, and Mother's falling apart. Miss Sophia? Maria appeared in the doorway. The Anderson contract needs your signature, and Mr. Weaver called about expanding services to his beach property. Running a legitimate business isn't revenge, I said quietly, but calling it that says more about you than me. Lana touched my arm. I'll handle this. You have work to do. Handle what? Amara snapped. You can't even handle your own life. Your wedding's cancelled. Your credit's ruined. My wedding's postponed until I can pay for it, honestly, Lana interrupted. My credit's improving because I'm actually paying my bills, and I'm handling everything just fine. By cleaning houses, by working hard, something our family seems allergic to. I left them arguing and retreated to my office, where Cruz waited with lunch. Rough morning? He asked. Mother's in the hospital. Apparently I'm destroying the family by running a successful business and helping Lana get her life together. How inconsiderate of you, my phone buzzed. Matthew. Heading to hospital, want to know the truth? I called him immediately. Your mother's fine, he said. It was a panic attack because Lana moved out of their guest house and refused to take their money. She moved out. Into my apartment. She's selling her designer stuff to pay off debt. Your mother found out and, well... After hanging up, I found Lana in the supply room, aggressively organising cleaning products. You moved out. Last night. Should have done it weeks ago. She shelved a bottle of disinfectant. They've been paying my credit card bills, trying to keep up appearances. I stopped them. That must have been hard. Harder than scrubbing grout? She smiled weakly. Different kind of hard, but necessary. The afternoon brought more drama. Mother arrived, looking perfectly healthy, with reinforcements. 2 family friends who'd known us since childhood. We're here for an intervention, she announced to my entire office. Lana emerged from the supply room. Really, Mother, in front of paying clients? Indeed, several wealthy customers were staring at the scene. Mrs. Anderson, Lana addressed an elegantly dressed woman, I'm so sorry for this disruption. Would you like to reschedule your consultation? Mrs. Anderson looked between Lana and our mother. Actually, I'm quite impressed with your professionalism despite this situation. Sophia, consider our contract renewed. Mother deflated slightly as Mrs. Anderson and other clients voiced their support. You're all enabling this farce, she cried. No, Mother, I said firmly. We're running a business, a successful one. Your drama isn't welcome here. Drama? She laughed hysterically. My daughters are servants. I'm a business owner, I corrected. And I'm learning to be one, Lana added, through honest work, not handouts. The family friends looked uncomfortable. One whispered to Mother, perhaps we should go. After they left, Lana turned to me. Think they'll ever understand? Does it matter any more? She considered this, then picked up her cleaning cart. I have the Peterson mansion at 3. Want to come show me those special marble restoration techniques? I grabbed my supplies. Thought you'd never ask. As we drove to the job, Lana said quietly, You know what's weird? I'm actually happier now, tired, sore, but real. Welcome to the dark side, I laughed. More like the clean side. She paused. Thank you for forcing me to face myself. My phone buzzed with another family message, but for the first time in weeks, I didn't feel the need to check it. Some forms of clean don't require soap and water. Sometimes the best cleaning happens when you scrub away the lies you've been telling yourself. Mr. Weaver invited me for afternoon tea in his garden, something that had become our monthly tradition. Today, though, felt different. I hear your cousin's quite the success story, he said, stirring honey into his cup. She's surprising me, actually showing leadership potential. And how does that make you feel? I set my cup down. Honestly, confused. This was supposed to be revenge. Was it? He smiled knowingly. Or was it about proving something to yourself? Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. Kylie calling. Emergency at the Peterson mansion, she said. Need you both here. I found Lana already on site, directing staff with calm efficiency. The problem, a priceless antique rug damaged during cleaning, could have been catastrophic. I've already called our insurance, Lana explained. And I know a restoration specialist who can fix this. Mrs. Peterson was understanding once I walked her through the solution. I watched her handle the situation with grace I wouldn't have expected a month ago. Good work, I said afterward. Learned from the best. She hesitated. Matthew and I set a new wedding date. Oh, small ceremony. No borrowed money, no fake luxury. Just real people who actually care. Mother will hate it. Mother hates everything these days, Lana smiled. But I don't care anymore. That's the biggest change, not caring what they think. Back at the office, Cruz waited with surprising news. Your mother's here, he said. in your office, alone." I found her sitting straight-backed in my visitor's chair, looking smaller somehow. "If this is another intervention," I started. "It's not." She touched a framed photo on my desk, me and Kylie on opening day of our first official office. "I've been thinking about your father." This wasn't what I expected. "When he refused to help with college," she continued, I was angry, not at him, at you, for making me face his abandonment again. "Mother, let me finish. I watched you struggle with cleaning jobs and it felt like failure, my failure. But look at this." She gestured around my office. "You built something real. While I was busy maintaining appearances, you were creating substance. Why are you telling me this now?" "Because Lana showed me her new wedding budget today. It's modest, practical, honest, and I realized she learned that from you." My phone buzzed. A text from Lana. "Mother apologized to you yet?" "Is this a coordinated effort?" I asked, showing Mother the text. She actually laughed. "Your cousin is, persuasive these days. Must be all that management training." "So what now?" "Now?" She stood, smoothing her designer dress. "Now I go home and learn to accept that my daughters are stronger than the life I wanted for them." After she left, I walked through my bustling office. Maria training new staff, Kylie coordinating schedules, Lana on the phone with clients. All of it real, solid, earned. Mr. Weaver called. Well, what? Did revenge taste as sweet as you imagined?" I watched Lana high-five a trainee who'd mastered a particularly tricky cleaning technique. "It wasn't revenge in the end, it was restoration. Like those fancy antique rugs you specialize in? Something like that. That evening I found a letter on my desk, handwritten from Lana. "Dear Sophia, remember when you said this job was about learning humility? You were right, but not in the way you planned. I learned humility by watching you, someone who built something meaningful while we were all too busy judging to see it. I'm not quitting. Actually, I'd like to discuss a management position. Turns out I'm pretty good at this. Who knew? Thank you for seeing something in me worth cleaning up. Lana. P.S. You're invited to the wedding. No cleaning required." Cruz found me reading the letter. "Happy ending?" he asked. "Different ending," I corrected. "Better than revenge." My phone buzzed one last time. A message from Mother in the family group chat. "Dinner at Sophia's office next week. She's teaching me about her business." I showed Cruz the message. "Think they're really changing?" "I think you changed first. They're just catching up." Looking around my empire of clean, I realized he was right. I'd wanted revenge, but I'd built redemption instead, not just for me, but for everyone willing to learn that honest work at any level was worth respecting. "You know what the best kind of clean is?" I asked Cruz. "What's that?" "The kind that lets you see yourself clearly for the first time." He kissed my forehead. "Ready to go home?" "Actually," I said, grabbing my supplies, "I want to clean something first, just because I can. Sometimes the best endings aren't about getting even, they're about getting real. And real, like clean, is something you have to work at every single day.